Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. This time talking about the Contingency Club. Ah, yes. There is a time when the Fifth Doctor, Tegan, Nyssa and Adric were my all-time favourite crew. They were when I was a big Doctor Who fan as a kid. You know when nothing else matters in your life apart from those things. Well, that's what we have this month. The second in this current trilogy. And it is a pretty damn good story. Yes, I will admit, it took me a few attempts to get all the way through it, but that was mainly to do with the constraints on my life, rather than, say, anything to do with the story. There are some particularly identifiable voices for anyone who's grown up watching British TV. Yes, it's Inspector Jaff. Yes, it's the bloke of, well, Paradise Towers. Clive Merrison is particularly good in this story, and I, for one, would have liked him to be able to come back. Perhaps not as this character, but at least as something else. He is one of this nation's great unsung heroes when it comes to acting. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Alright, it is. We can discuss how great the supporting cast are. But let's face it, it's a Doctor Who story, and you're here for me to tell you how good I thought it was. Well, I did think it was very good. Yes, it had shades of, well, say, enlightenment. But you can't hold that against it. And let's face it, Enlightenment's also one of my favourite stories, so I'm really not going to hold that against it. Is it one of the all-time greats? Perhaps not. But that doesn't mean that it isn't a superbly told story, which it is. It's terribly atmospheric, and Tegan is great. Now, I know there's a whole thing about Chekhov's gun being loaded in the first act, and anything that sticks out, i.e., I've got this gun I'm leaving on the mantelpiece, sort of thing, you do kind of make a mental note of, and you come back to it and go, oh yep, that's where it's being used. So perhaps something a little less subtle, but then again, perhaps I'm just being picky. Perhaps I'm just overanalyzing this. And yes, I know, that is kind of my job. But you know what? If you don't overanalyze this, you end up with a great review of a great story. I, for one, would like the creatures, the villains of the piece, if you will, to make a reoccurrence so that we can learn more about them, because I've got a feeling that if they were to take on the Seventh Doctor, we'd end up with a very different story, and something with a lot more teeth. But that's just some old reviewer talking. The fact that I actually want to hear more from them is a good thing, and the fact that I've just considered bringing them back, well, that means that this is a pretty damn strong story. Yes, it doesn't have the whole massive roller coaster of certain other stories, but don't hold that against it. Sit back and enjoy this for what it is, a nice piece of Adric, Nyssa and Tegan nonsense with the Fifth Doctor on form. Here's the trailer, and I'll let you decide for yourself. So until next time, when we'll probably be talking about something Doctor Who-y, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who.
Hey up there!
Magnificent, sir. The most splendid club building in all St. James's.
The Contingency Club.
Do forgive the intrusion, Mr. Peabody.
What is it, Edward?
Strangers, sir.
Strangers?
They appeared in the club.
Edward!
Yes, sir. Assistance. Is there something you require?
Holy moly! There are 3 of them! My father was one of the principal engineers. He has disappeared. He's vanished. And I believe it must be connected to the Contingency Club.
Edward?
Yes?
You're all called Edward?
Yes.
Oh, my queen, an excellent move.
Oh, do not grovel, Peabody. Any game is joyless unless played at full pelt between 2 earnest rivals.
Of course, my queen.
What is it?
There's something here.
Bubbling. Liquid of some kind. And do you smell something?
You have attained full membership of London's premier gentlemen's society. You are most welcome, sir, to the Contingency Club.
What do you intend to do?
Our instructions are quite clear, sir. You must be ejected from the club.
Ejected? You mean through the window? But we're 3 floors up.
You'll kill us! We'll break our necks on the pavements of Pall Mall!
Doctor, what's happening?
We're falling.
Is that possible?
It shouldn't be.
Nothing must interfere with the game, Peabody. Nothing.
Big Finish. We love stories.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.